What up, demons? It's me, ya boy. Can we say that? I don't know if we can say that or not. That might be copyright infringement, gimmick infringement as well. Listen, we're back up in this piece. We got to keep it clean the first couple seconds. You know how YouTube is. We got something new going on here, boys. So this is yet another episode of the one and only KoonTalks. Woo! KoonTalks. Woo! KoonTalks. Woo! KoonTalks. Woo! Hey, we out here. It's gonna be a quickie one. This one. I think it's only gonna be me and my boy M. Shout outs to M. We only have a couple of things to talk about. I got three things on my list of things to talk about. But you know what? We'll do it live. I'll write out a fourth one right now. Yeah. All right, so we're not gonna be here for that long today. We're just hanging out for a little bit. For those of you that do not know, or maybe you weren't around for the first couple ones, actually, I think this might be our third or fourth KoonTalks. Is a little bit of a podcast that we've got going on. It's super duper low key. It's barely a podcast really, but we're gonna try to get it up there. You know what I'm saying? If there's a will, there's a way, and let's just say I know someone named Will. I actually don't know anybody named Will or William, which is kind of crazy to even think about right now. I knew a kid named William way back in the day. I think I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. His name was William. It's about that's as far as I got. That's as far as I got. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So today on KoonTalks, and we're going to be talking about it again. We're going to be bringing up what we're talking about again once M gets in here. We got a couple things on my list. I've got stimulus, right? A possibility. And, you know, I think I might end up bringing it up again anyway. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We out here. Here we go. Woo! The jitterbug. KoonTalks. Woo! Oh, yeah. We've also got, what's it called? I've actually got Siege playing in the background as well. Not on the computer. I'm not that crazy with it. Siege is out here. If you guys haven't played Rainbow Six Siege yet, get on there. Get on that. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time. You know? And if you're seeing this, if you're looking at this like a video-wise as opposed to just listening to it, for starters, you're crazy. Secondly, I know you see it at the bottom of the screen there. You might be wondering, I know that ain't solitaire. It is solitaire. What you know about it? Solitaire is legit. If you don't know, then you don't know. But you need to know. So figure it out. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Seems like man's is here. What's cracking, fool?
We up. We got the mic working on Discord now.
Oh, I can't hear you, mate.
What about now?
Oh, a little bit.
And with the settings here, let's see.
Wait, turn it up a little more.
What about now?
Hey, there it is.
We up.
Nice, nice. We out here, bro. Episode. I think this is about maybe episode 3, 4, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the third one.
Hey, we getting up there.
That's what I'm saying. I was just telling the intro that we got a bit of an ironic episode here.
Yeah. It is, bro. I was just telling like the shits I got on my list right here, bro. It's we're going all over the place. But this is an interesting one here.
Really fucking is. A crazy week for the amount of motherfuckers that are just dropping death.
Bro, there's got to be something in the air or in the water, bro. Cuz in a week like 4 people dead, bro.
Hey, I think somebody might have got their hands on the death note.
Light Yagami is making his fucking rounds, bro.
He said he's going to pass righteous judgment on evil.
And the first one to go out is fucking Hulk Hogan.
Hey, he had to go.
And it had to be done. Had to be done, you know. Hey, you know what though? I will tell you this. I'll tell everyone this. I gotta say, I agree with Hulk Hogan. That's right. I said it.
Wow.
And this is this is what I agree with him on. I also hope he doesn't get reincarnated as a black person because we don't need that kind of foolishness in our pool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he said that about the guy that his son almost killed.
Oh, I thought that's insane. I thought he was saying, "Damn, because my son killed this guy, we're gonna be reincarnated as black people."
No, he went ahead and was like, he hopes that the motherfuckers that got caught up in that don't reincarnate as black people as a punishment.
That is insane. Oh my god.
So he was out here, and motherfuckers want to celebrate him like he ain't a piece of shit.
It's crazy, bro, because there's a decent amount. I think it's a pretty even split, because I've seen people be like, damn, son, Hulk Hogan's dead. And other people are just like, good.
Hey, I'm with the latter, bro. Fuck that nigga.
Hey, man's wasn't great. Death was like, we coming for you, nigga. Yeah. Nah, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
The real question.
Oh, it was right.
We got to figure out where CM Punk was during all this.
He was the one writing his name, bro.
Oh shit! You just see a hooded character. It turns out a hooded character was just walking out of the Hogan residence at the day of his death. Not much is known about this individual except his arms were wrapped up from knuckles to elbows with X's on the wraps. That's all we've got.
Logo on his shoulder.
Yeah, the Pepsi logo on. Well, it appears to be a Pepsi logo on his shoulder. I don't. Is this sponsored? Was this a sponsored hit?
Pepsi wanted that man out the way.
He was giving him too much money. I can see it. But although we have deaths that are just like, yes, it's about time, we also got some that are like, damn, bro. You know, now, as a resident metalhead here, you know, and you like the dark arts as well, I'm sure you can agree with this. Hey, losing Ozzy though, kind of crazy.
It is, right? He was around for so long. You'd think he'd be around forever.
But honestly though, especially with all the shit he's done, bro, fucking eating bats live on stage, fucking all the copious amounts of drugs. Hey.
Oh yeah. What I heard he did under his influences, bro, especially recently, is crazy.
Oh shit! Recently,
like this recently is when I was made aware of all of this.
Oh, okay.
Like in the 80s, this man went on a bender, murdered 17 cats, killed a bunch of chickens, set the coop on fire after he did it, and then proceeded to beat his wife.
What the fuck? Oh shit!
He was out here.
Hey, real quick, we at KoonTalks do not, you know what I'm saying, condone domestic violence. It's just funny because it's like that's quite the menu. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Holy
Hey,
shit, bro.
he get some animals.
Let me fucking basically let me annihilate this farm real quick and also beat my wife.
Facts. He said, I have an agenda.
I
I
can't.
have a list to go through it. I'm gonna get through it.
Oh shit! I got a list to go through. All right, and the coop is now on fire. All right, Sharon. Is that Get in here.
Saying.
Holy shit. Well, I'll tell you this. So, finding out that two people on both sides of the spectrum, in the sense of like, damn, I can't believe we lost such an angel. Domestic violence aside, such an angel, and also, wow, I can't believe that asshole didn't die sooner. This leads me to have the question. It's a double sided question. Whose death, not of these like this recent round of deaths, but in general, celebrity deaths. Whose death was one of the ones that hit you just like, oh shit, bro, that's a loss. That's a huge loss. That kind of sucks. And also, whose death are you waiting for? You're sitting there like, yo, if anyone's gotta go, this one's the next to go. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What are your
All
thoughts?
right, let's see. I can remember the first time I ever thought, damn, that's fucked up. It was November of 2005.
Mm.
That boy, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh man. Oh,
I was like, man, that is tragic.
that's a deep cut.
I woke up. I woke up on my way to school one time, bro. This was like way early, and then on the news, it played. It said, wrestler Eddie Guerrero found dead in his hotel room.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, no fucking way. This man had just cleaned his entire life up. He went sober. This man was like on the up and up in the WWE. He was going to win the world title that Sunday, bro.
Holy shit.
Like he was going to fight Batista at a pay per view called No Mercy. He was going to win it. He was going to win it all. And then, from what they said, it was a combination of just his body coming was still a cut, like adjusting to the lack of drugs he was taking,
Hmm.
and exhaustion.
Wow.
So I'm
Exhaustion.
like, fuck. Yeah, because you know the motherfuckers, especially back in the day, you hit a show, and this one you on a flight to the next one,
Facts, dude. I remember
nonstop.
that shit.
And this
300.
was also before they had all these safety measures in place. So this nigga was getting hit in the head with all types of chairs.
All types of chairs, all types of shit, bro. Oh no, I feel that, man. I remember they didn't really start revving up the safety shit until after fucking Benoit went off the rails.
Oh yeah, with the whole CTE thing.
Hell yeah. Fucking damn. If I'm honest, dude, you say you almost didn't believe it, bro. I don't think I did believe it, cause I remember back in those days, like the WWE would like. They took kayfabe so serious. I remember there was a news report about how apparently John Cena had gotten like jumped outside of a bar or something, and they like stabbed him in the kidney. Or was it a John Cena or was it a Carlito? It was during their beef, and I think it was Carlito who got like jumped and like hit up, and they like fucked his like kidneys up, and he's like, yeah, I was pissing blood, and I feel like that was actually just an elaborate work, and so when the news is just like, yo, Eddie Guerrero dropped, I'm like, this is some really deep lore we got going on here. I wonder how they're gonna spin this.
Yeah.
But then they're
It's
all
like, damn.
the whole backstage was out, and them niggas looking super sad. Benoit's crying his ass off. I'm like, oh, it's actually real. What the fuck?
I'm like, bro, that is crazy. And then you saw him. What's crazy is it looked like it hit Chris Benoit harder than it did fucking his actual relatives.
Yo, right? Hey, listen, man. Listen. When it comes to Chris Benoit, and I be saying this a lot. I've been trying to get this idea across there. I genuinely think that, because they say that Eddie and Benoit were like the best of friends. They were like the best,
Oh yeah,
biggest
they were like
homies.
brothers.
Yeah. So, and we know after Mr. Double Murder Suicide did what he did to get that name, dude, they were saying a guy had a fucking brain of an 80-year-old man with dementia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like his whole shit, like I don't know what it was, but all the injuries, and then his finisher, bro, is literally him landing on his head from diving off the top rope.
Yep. Dude, I heard older wrestlers were just like, yeah, you should probably not be doing that move. And he's like, fuck you, bro. I'm fucking Chris Benoit. Um,
That and his whole thing was like, oh yeah, he lived the whole wrestler's thing. So it's like even when he was outside of work, motherfuckers will say he was in character type shit. Like his intensity was that wild.
holy shit. He'd be at your nearest Chipotle, cripple crossface and the fucking manager because they fucked up on his order.
I'm saying, bro.
So, this is what I think in terms of the Benoit situation, right? I think that Eddie's death absolutely annihilated Chris Benoit. Like,
Oh, it did.
he was so torn up is an understatement. Dude was ripped up, shredded up. You know what I'm saying? Eviscerated, if you will, about his death. And I think that with his fucked up brain, he genuinely thought, all right, no matter what, I'm offing myself. I'm checking out. Period. Right?
Right.
That's already in my bingo book. Tonight, this night, checked out. But he's like, but I know that I don't want my death to hurt my wife and my kids. I don't want them to feel how I feel. So, how do I avoid them feeling this fucked up? Perfect. I'll kill them. And I mean, crazy way to fucking word it. Kind of wording it to make it seem like it was a bit of a mercy situation, but which is insane to say. But
But with his mental health issues and his brain being the way it was, bro, it's not that much of a far stretch.
exactly that's what I'm saying. That's my belief. I run with the idea that he was just like, yeah, dude, I'm doing this to me, but I don't want them to feel like that, so they're coming with me. That way, they don't have to feel like this or that and the third. You know.
Bro, from what they said, like he kept a journal, and like after his death, they got to reading that shit, and the whole thing with Eddie passing away, bro, it definitely did fuck him up because at one point he was writing in his journal like he was still talking to mans.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Damn, that's tough. You know, one of the things that led me to this like understanding of the situation is apparently they looked at his search history on his computer or whatever, and he was looking up like the quickest painless ways to like kill someone and shit. So he's like,
Yep.
that's what has me just like, oh, okay, because it's not even on some like I just want to fucking kill him, bro. I think it was just like, yeah, man, let's get it over with, because ain't no
Yeah,
point.
no, there was definitely some planning into that shit. So when it came out that motherfuckers was saying, "Oh, somebody did that to him," nah, bro, he planned that shit.
Oh yeah.
It was just he was not in his right mind when he did it.
R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero.
Facts.
I definitely remember that shit too, man. I gotta say, the death that got me going, bro. Damn, I didn't know we were going back to like back in the day.
Hey.
Damn, I don't know. I didn't really start paying attention to people's deaths until I got a little older. Anyway, man, I probably have to say the first one that like at least caught my eye more than just like, oh, word, damn, was, I want to say Lil Peep. I might have someone earlier than that. I can't think of right now. But Lil Peep was one that had like everyone was fucking dying, and then he went, and it was just like, what? Because I had just gotten into him. The style of music that he makes got me hip to the point where it's just like, I can make music. Oh, you don't have to make rap songs just about like clubbing and being a nigga and doing all this gangster shit. You can actually like make songs about you feeling like shit. What? That's when I was like, that should open the door for like content in terms of like rap and like music and shit. You know?
Bro, when motherfuckers that you fuck with musically die, bro, like when fucking Chester went ahead and did what he did to himself, bro, I was like, no fucking way, bro.
Dude.
Just like insane.
Dude, fucking, bro, I could feel that, man. Especially something like lead singers too, bro. Like that shit definitely sucks. The lead singer from the Black Dahlia murder fucking checked out and shit. And that shit had me like, what? No, dude, that one fucked me up. You know.
Man, I feel that, bro. Like, especially when the music, bro, you fuck with the music to a point where it's just like, damn, you can say that the music kind of got you through shit,
Oh yeah.
and then what helped you get through it didn't help them get through it. It's just like, fuck.
Dude, right? That's the craziest part about that, man. That's the dark irony in it, bro, right? Cuz like it's interesting cuz the kind of music is already like a little like depressing and like a little on this I guess on the sadder side of things, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. I feel like it's more or less on a connecting thing. Like it's a little sad, it's a little morose. We're talking about some pretty heavy topics in the music, but um where else are you hearing about those kinds of topics being spoken about? You know what I'm saying? In like something that's a little more casual, because I feel like music like that is like the probably most casual way that you can like hear about and indulge in the topics of like just general sadness, depression, fucking, you know what I'm saying, check out ideas, things like that. Because otherwise, especially like back then, nowadays it's getting a little more accepted for especially men to be like talking about that kind of shit. But back in the day, bro, it's like you're not. No one's talking about that kind of shit, bro. You know, no guy is entertaining the idea of like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, man. I've been kind of sad recently, bro. Someone's gonna be like, man, fuck sad, bro. Get money, get some bitches. You ain't gonna be sad no more. Versus like nowadays, you know, where it's just like, oh, word, what's got you, you know, what's got you caught up? But then you turn on that music. Eminem has a line, bro. Fucking shit. How did it go? The kids that ain't got shit, but they just turn on a record and vibe, and just like they forget about all that shit, and it's just like it's that artist and that person, and they're just like, yo, this motherfucker gets it, man. You know.
Crazy thing, man, was motherfuckers get to dropping like flies like that. All that shit just comes, just like, well, now we're here.
Yeah, right. But nice little other side of the coin here. Who do we want to drop like a fly next? God, that's what we're saying. We're here. Who who needs to go?
I, bro, I am not gonna hold you, bro. I think Ric Flair gotta go. He been around too long, bro. It's time. Pack it up. Go ahead and meet the Reaper and sayonara on out of here, buddy.
Pack it up, brother. It's your time. Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't, because I would say that Flair was more on the wild side of wrestling than Hogan was. You know,
Oh yeah.
we've all heard about the plane ride from hell.
Oh yeah. It's more airplane hijinks.
Hell yeah. Holy
Man got the helicopter in his cock.
shit. Making some stewardess fucking touch it. That's crazy.
That man is a menace.
Holy shit. I
How many divorces?
huh?
Three? This man divorced like 3 different times because he couldn't keep himself in check.
Hey yo. Hey, some people just can't be. You just can't be held down. You can't hold down the nature boy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it looked like his daughter following in his footsteps.
Word? How so?
She got divorced for the third time.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know he had a daughter, bro. How old is she?
Charlotte Flair, bro.
Oh shit, I'm dumb as fuck. Oh man, Charlotte Flair,
Yeah, bro.
bro.
She getting up there in age too. She been around for a minute.
She really has, actually. I feel like she's like what, 43? I'm calling it 43.
Something like that, yeah. She's old enough to where she's starting to look like she's that age too.
Wow, 39. That's tough.
Bro, she looks like she could be almost 50.
I know,
I ain't
bro.
gonna hold you.
That's the tough part.
She
Oh
is
shit.
aging like milk.
Oh what? That's
Could
crazy.
have fooled fucking me.
Huh?
I said, could have fooled me.
could definitely fooled me. I was like, oh yeah, she in her 40s for sure. She ain't even there yet.
It
That's
reminds me of
not
that
even
clip
her
where
name.
they show that chick is like, "Oh, you look 39."
Holy shit, bro! I didn't even know Charlotte Flair wasn't her real name.
Nah, it's some other shit. I forget.
Fucking Ashley Elizabeth Flair. Is that how they're spelling
Yeah.
Flair? What? That's insane. So wait, is Ric Flair's name actually Ric Flair?
I feel like he might have changed it at some point. If it wasn't.
It's pretty close. Richard Morgan Flair.
Yeah.
Are these niggas
So no,
German, bro? Because this is a crazy way to spell Flair. You say what?
Hulk Hogan wasn't dude's real name.
I would
It was
hope
like
so.
Terry shit.
You said Terry Crews?
It was Terry some shit. I don't know what the last name is. It's like it started with like a B.
Bro, I remember when I was like a kid and shit, and I dead ass thought that like whoever's name was just their name, bro. Like I remember I thinking like Marilyn Manson's name was just that. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a crazy name, but all right, Marilyn Manson, fuck yeah. It turns out his name's like Brian something.
Hey man, it'd be like that. Fucking Shawn Michaels. I forgot what his last name is. His real last name is Hickenbottom.
What the hell? Talk about Tom Sawyer shit
Yeah.
is this?
I'm saying, bro, that shit caught me for a loop too. I was like, well, his last name cannot be Hickenbottom with all the shit he was doing in DX, bro.
Oh shit! Hey, Hickenbottom's out here licking bottoms for sure.
Hey, I believe it.
I believe it. No way. Oh wait. Apparently his real name is Michael Sean Hickenbottom. Yeah, the whole swapping names, just swapping them backwards, is apparently a thing that's been going on in WWE for a while. Like having Daniel Bryan and his real name is just Bryan Danielson. It's like that's creative, bro.
Facts. Yeah, that one I was like, oh, okay, I can see him doing that.
I can dig it. All right. Shit, I wouldn't imagine, right? You're a fucking wrestler and it's your debut match. You're coming out and you're about to fight. Fuck it, you're about to fight the prototype, right? Fucking and the fucking ring announcer is sitting there and he hits you with Michael Hickenbottom. What?
I'd have walked out.
I walked out. Yo, I want a refund.
That's not my
What you say? Holy shit. I want a refund on my ticket right now.
facts, because what the fuck is a Michael Hickenbottom?
Ain't nobody. How do you chant that, bro?
Literally, bro.
Holy shit. I'll tell you what. And I usually get like this whenever people get this old as well. Because I remember back in high school, I was waiting for Betty White to bite the dust. I'm like, every year I was like, this is it. Betty White's getting it this year, bro. She never fucking did it. I think within the next 3 years, bro. I'd say 3 to 5, but I really want to say 3 years. Morgan Freeman is unfortunately biting the dust, bro. It's gotta happen.
You know, it's crazy because for the longest time, it didn't look like he was aging until he started to age, and then it was just like, it's over.
Dude, yeah, his aging has like hella backup to fucking like catch up with. For like, I know exactly what you mean, dude. I remember looking at like pictures, because I think we've talked about like Morgan Freeman's like immortality before, and so I get to looking up pictures of back in the day when he was like younger, quote unquote, like in like the 80s and the 70s and shit. He just looks like maybe 5 years younger than what he did like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And this is back in like the 70s. Versus now, it's just like, so remember all those 30 years where you just didn't age? All that shit's coming in right now.
And it's coming in fast.
Dude, right? Yeah, they say black doesn't crack. His shit is shattering, my boys.
It really is, bro. It's melting away.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's crazy. 88. Trying to tell you. Yeah. He's one that I'm
He's
anticipating.
nobody.
You say what?
You know what's crazy is that I was watching like a couple videos earlier on today, and I think that the biggest liar out of all of those motherfuckers who have lived for so long has to be Hulk Hogan.
Biggest liar.
The biggest liar ever, bro.
What'd he be lying about?
Bro, this I actually have a little list.
He's like, let me tell you.
He's like, it's a true story, brother. I almost joined Metallica. And then he literally said that shit. He said he almost joined Metallica, that he had auditioned and everything, right?
Huh.
The drummer comes out and he's like, we've never even met this dude. and then he backtracks. He's like, nah, brother, what I meant was I almost auditioned for them. I sent them a tape and everything. And he's like, nah, bro, that's not what you were saying. You said you auditioned and you almost joined. Come on, bro. Come on.
To go from, I almost joined one of the biggest bands in the world to, I almost auditioned.
What a bad pedal, right?
That's insane. Oh, it's not even like he auditioned either. It's just like, I woke up one day and I was like, I should audition for the role. And then I just never did it, but I almost did it.
The loon.
That's insane.
The fact that he thought Mo was gonna let that fly, like, nah, buddy.
Yeah, I love that the drummer was just like, so we've never seen this man a day in our lives.
Max, like, we've never met this guy.
What would he even do? Does Hulk Hogan play any instruments?
I think it was like the bassist had left, and then he, I guess, used that as an opportunity to say, yeah, almost joined, buddy.
That's insane. You know what's crazy about their bassist situation? That nigga died.
Holy shit. Yeah. So it wasn't he just left, that nigga full on just gone.
Yeah, dude, he died in a wild ass way too. Apparently the story goes, Kirk Hamlet, their guitarist, he was supposed it's on a tour bus, and Kirk's like sitting at some part of the bus. He's like in a bed next to a window and such, and the old bassist comes in and he's just like, hey man, you're in my seat. And Kirk's just like, dude, literally find another seat. The fuck are you talking about? And they kind of like got into a bit of an argument about it. And then eventually Kirk's just like, all right, dude, take the fucking bed. You weirdo. Go for it. It's all you, man. And then these niggas get into a fucking gnarly ass car crash. And the bus actually like flipped over on its side. And unfortunately, the side that it flipped over was the side that the bassist was in. And the guy like partially went out the window during the crash and then got crushed by the bus when it flipped over.
Nah, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, wild shit, bruh. Crazy shit. They said that in I think it was some kind of documentary that they were talking about, like, their younger days and shit. Wild.
Ah, damn.
You telling me? That's a way to go.
It really is. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever argue about a bet.
Yeah. Hey, you want it? You got it, bro. That's you.
Right?
Holy shit. Shit like that makes me think about the phenomenon, or at least like the topic people bring up, like survivor's guilt and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. We're just like, damn, dude. Like, it's a mixture of like, damn, bro, that could have been me, bro. Like, 15 minutes from then, that could have actually been. And then it's always just like, damn, bro, I could have, if I would have stayed in the seat, maybe he'd still be here and all this. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, bro, you're almost trying to like figure out a way of trying to cope with what has happened. But like, either way, it's just a bad pull, It's either like, yeah, either he'd be alive and you'd be dead, or you're alive and he's dead. Either way, it's a bad outcome.
Shitty situation all the way around. Fucking hell.
Dude, I know, it's fucked up. Fucked up indeed. But I think that topic would make for a great segue. A lot of the listeners might not know this, but we know this. So for those of you guys that don't know, everybody in KoonTalks, all the Koons, all the homies, we all went to school together. You know, shout outs to Bell. You know what I'm saying? AKA fucking hell multicultural. That's right, I said it. No, and we knew someone there, bro. And a couple months ago, I'm scrolling Instagram, doing my thing. You know, doom scrolling, if you will, and I see a GoFundMe for someone that I knew. Turns out she got hit with I think it was I don't know if it was MRSA or like fucking ASL, whatever the ice bucket challenge was. It was one of these things where it's like it's a disease that creeps up on you practically out of nowhere, and can just straight fuck you up, dude. And in this post, yo, not gonna lie, she was in a coma, a whole ass coma. I'm like, damn. And I was like, damn, bro, I should really donate to this because I actually know her, and you know, she was cool. She was cool peoples, man. Haven't heard anything about it, and since I originally heard about that, like shit, a couple months ago, maybe that was back like last year, fall of last year, maybe, possibly, couldn't tell you. And I actually saw on someone else's story that not only is her name's Daisy. Not only is Daisy not in a coma anymore, she's out here walking around having a good old time, and she just got engaged. Let's give it up. Let's give it up.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Here we go.
Yep.
Recovery story for the ages. Could have made a movie about it.
Hey, honestly, could make a movie about it.
Hey, she's sleeping. Well, not anymore, but you know.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm like, I don't know. Is it too soon? I don't know. She's sleeping. She was sleeping for sure.
Hey, nah, man, that's cool though that she went ahead and bounced back from that shit. I ain't know her personally, but I always heard she was cool people.
Yeah. I didn't know her like super personally. We would like talk every now and then, and during the senior trip, me and C hung out with her, KB, and it was somebody else in the room, but we were all kicking it, and like that was pretty much like the hangout spot. Me and C wouldn't even kick it in our own room. We'd always be kicking it in their room, just like on some chill shit.
Be like that.
But yeah, shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. Talking about
How long was she under for?
Dude, I have no idea. I really wish I remembered. I'm pretty sure I could like search up certain words on Discord to see me talking about it. And I would give like a bit of a timeline as to like when everything, like when she was, at least when I got the info about it. But
I feel like just typing her name would bring it up because I mean, almost never speak about her.
You say what?
Typing in her name in this little search bar would have probably buttoned it up really like real quick.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
That's kind of wild though. A whole coma. I wonder what her experience was.
Dude, I always think about that kind of shit because like people that come back from like comas, they don't remember any. It's like it's deeper than a sleep. It's straight up just like computer shut off and then you come back, computer back on. Let's see here.
Facts. I'm like, because it's some people that unfortunately hear everything.
That's wild. Holy shit.
Yeah, like I've heard like horror stories. Like there was this one video I was watching, just mindlessly peeping shit on the weird side of YouTube, and he was in like a coma for like 19 years and was conscious the whole time.
Holy fucking shit. Well, fucking what's it called? The song is it One? The song One by Metallica talks about that, where it's like this dude was like fucked up and like yeah, he lost his like he couldn't speak. He was basically like he couldn't speak. He couldn't respond to anything. He couldn't react to any stimuli, but he was still like within his like head and shit. Like he was still there. That's like true torture, bro.
Facts, bro. Like at that point, I would just wish to just be gone, bro.
Honestly.
Especially for 19 years, bro. Fuck no, I would have went insane in my own head.
Fucking A, dude. Did he ever end up like getting out of it?
Yeah, he did. And what's crazy is that when he came back for a second, he thought that. So he had a whole daughter when this happened,
Hmm.
and he went under. She was a baby,
Oh
and
wow.
then when he came back, she was his wife's age.
Holy shit,
So
dog.
when he came back for a brief period, he mistook his daughter for his wife. And then when he realized that wasn't what the case was anymore, he was just like, "What the fuck?"
Holy shit, dude. That's tough, man. Especially like seeing the result of your kid like growing up, but like not at all being like around for it, and it's not even any fault of your own either. It's just like circumstances made it so that I couldn't raise my kid. Hmm. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do it, man. That's very interesting though, because I've heard a couple things about like brain shit. There's a story that I heard a while back about this woman neurologist, and it's cool that she was like a neurologist, like a brain doctor, but she ended up fucking around and having a brain aneurysm, which apparently usually is a death sentence. It's usually like once you get hit with the old aneurysm, it's like, hey, you have like a super small window to get that figured out before you're just dead. And the window's so small, and the thing with aneurysms is like they're so sudden and severe at the moment that it's just like, dude, if you're just like at a fucking grocery store and then you get hit with that shit, healthy chance you're probably not gonna make it, you know? Um,
Up, like just like a major brain vessel just exploding out of nowhere.
yeah, pretty much. It's like a huge like brain vessel, yeah, yeah, and it just boom, and that shit just it can end your shit right there. I think it's either because I don't know what happens after the vessel pops that leads to your death, but it's pretty high up there in terms of like it's a healthy chance you're not gonna make it, unless you can for some
I
way
believe it.
foresee it and then like treat it, and that's what she did. So I don't know how she knew she had a brain aneurysm or like a pending aneurysm, but she treated it, and the way that they did it was they drained the blood, or yeah, they drained the brain of like all of its blood, um, to like alleviate the pressure of the vessel, and then I guess they do something after that. But apparently, dog, she when you do that, you're dead because your brain like needs the oxygen in the blood to be alive, like to work. So for those like X amount of minutes that she didn't have any blood in her brain, she was dead. And she when she came back, she was like, "Yeah, dude, not only could I was aware of what y'all were doing to the point where I could tell you the procedure that you did on me. Not only was like that's a thing, but also I was communicating with like man, I don't know if she called them people. We wouldn't want to say people, but she was basically saying how she was communicating with things that like familiar entities, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Some might say spirits. You know, the motherfucker was talking to the dead,
Fucking hell.
dude. Shit like that is cool, man.
But you would have to think. I can see why the survival rate is so low, just off the fact that once that happens and you have a major blood vessel basically exploding in your head, bro, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, dude. I
Draining the entirety of your brain of blood, and then to keep that from happening and then putting it back, the the skill that takes is, I would assume, beyond next level.
oh yeah, dude. That's hearing that that's how they do it. That shit had me off. I'm like, there's no fucking way, bro. How do you even do that? And not only how do you do that, but how do you keep the blood like clean too? Because you could fuck around and like just a little bit of I don't want to say malpractice, but a little bit of like fucking up and storing that blood or like putting that blood back into like the brain and shit like that. It's like if that shit's dirty, you're fucked because dirty blood will get you with your heart and shit, you know, or old
And
blood
not
and shit
even
like that.
like brain concern because your brain in that case, I'm assuming is what's coming into contact with that blood first at this point. It's not even getting filtered by the heart in when it's pumping and shit. You're going directly into the noggin.
Yeah, yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense. How do you even do that, man? That's crazy. That's why these high level doctors take like 20 years in med school and shit. Cause yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that shit.
Fuck no, bro. I fuck around. Hey yo, I accidentally dipped my finger in this bitch.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I was actually drinking some fucking like that Hawaiian fruit punch, and the colors were just so similar. We accidentally put fruit punch back in your fucking in your sister's head. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Fucking insane. So now she got tropical punch for blood.
She really one of the island boys now, dude. Um, little segue or not a segue, a complete like a separate thing. So in my apartment complex, right? There's a there's this dude that lives here, and he's got like a German Shepherd, big dog, and I don't think he's got a lot of control over this dog. Every time I see this guy walking his dog or like to like take it out to piss and shit, he rarely has a leash on him. Instead, he just holds his dog by the vest. He has a like a dog vest on, and he's practically carrying the dog everywhere, bro. Like it's like I can't trust this dog not to run off and murder something, so I have to hold it, bruh. It baffles me every time I see it. And I saw him out in the wild the other day. Like I saw him in town and shit, and he's walking across the street, and the guy's like, literally, the dog's front paws aren't even on the ground, bro. He's just like walking with it like that. And everyone's looking at him with the same like confused look of just like, what the fuck's going on here? And it was fun to watch other people see that and be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Meanwhile, every day I'm in my room just like watching it. It's like, yep, there he goes, carrying a dog. Why does he do that, bro? It's crazy.
He just carries the motherfucker.
Bro, he can't. It looks like he genuinely has fears of letting the dog walk on its own. And I can only imagine, because every time he does let the dog like walk on a leash, very rarely does he have this super small leash on him. The dog is like fighting, trying to fucking like hit feet, bro. So I can only imagine that the little motherfucker's just like little. It's a whole ass German Shepherd, but I can only imagine that the dog's like super not trained, and at any given moment will just like run and attack something. Bro, he's been like in front of my apartment, like in front of my, I guess, balcony, and there would be a dog that's completely out of frame. Like you can't see what's got this German Shepherd so hyped up until after like maybe a couple minutes and like, oh, there was a dog over there. Bro, this thing is losing its fucking mind trying to get to the other dog. I'm like, that thing's gonna eat someone's fucking pet, bro.
Bro, that is insane. How someone has that little control over their pet, bro.
Dude, right?
First of all, you can't let a dog be an alpha and you're the owner, bro. What the hell?
Hell no.
You got to sit there and teach that dog like, hey yo, you gonna learn, motherfucker. You gonna act right or you gonna get left.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, say it again for the boys in our back, bro.
Like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, especially I can see. I mean, I can't see it at all. You should probably have better control over your pets, but I can maybe at least let it slide if you're in your own house that's fenced in. You know what I'm saying? You got your own yard, front and back. So you don't. The chances of your dog fucking around and getting into some bullshit are like a little slimmer. But bro, you live in an apartment with like kids, other dogs, other people in general. Don't you think you want to have a handle on your shit a little more, bro? It's kind of crazy. But hey, I don't want to be that guy. White people.
Hey, it be them, bro, or motherfuckers who just don't care enough to train their fucking dogs.
Somehow thinking
Because I was cool with a chick. I'm not gonna say her name because fuck that bitch. But her dog got out a bunch of times, and there was the most recent time that motherfucker almost killed the dog.
holy shit.
Like the dog got out. It was another smaller dog minding its fucking business. And from what I heard, the fucking big ass dog got out and mangled the shit out of the other one. And
Holy
then
shit.
when Chick came around, she was covered in fucking blood.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah,
It's like, bro, control your pets or don't have them.
literally. I'm pretty sure that in another time and or in like other places, if your dog gets out and does some shit like that, bro, you got to put it down. There's
Oh, I'm saying, bro, like,
like,
because it's not even just a threat to other animals, bro. It's a threat to people.
dude, bro. So literally, actually, the apartment right next to mine, my next door neighbor. One night, um, he's coming home with his dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that big of a dog. It's like a medium large dogish. But this motherfucker got hate in its heart. Let me tell you. Um, and dude, across the hall from them is this like Asian couple, and with like a tiny little fucking your classic tiny like fluffy white dog and shit. Um, dude, I hear in the middle of the not in the middle of the night, but I hear one night their dog attacks the fucking guy from across the street, bro. Straight up, bark, bark, growl, growl. Guys like screaming in agony. What the fuck, bro? Oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. Are you okay? He's like, oh, what the fuck, man, dude. Turns out, and then I go out to like go smoke afterwards and shit. Turns out, yeah, man, dog came in, attacked dude, bit the fuck out of his like leg and shit. Asian or homie had to like he went out to fucking went to the hospital and shit, got checked out, bro. And after that, since then I've seen like the dog go around and shit, and the only adjustment they got a small like one of those thin little like just strap muzzles, not even the whole thing that goes over the whole mouth, just like a little something to keep it a little closed. And I'm like, all right, bro. So I go out to fucking go smoke. This is months later now. I go to smoke and shit, and this dude's coming up with the same dog, bro. When I say this dog wanted to get inside of my body, it was
Yeah.
barking and growling so much, bro. And the dude's like holding something and the dog and shit. And in my mind, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, dude, I really hope that you have a good hold on your fucking dog's leash, because the second that thing comes my way, it's getting punted into next week, bro. Fuck
I'm
that
saying,
noise.
bro.
Crazy.
You know what's crazy? I've been thinking about shit like scenarios like that because around where I work, there's people that walk their dogs,
Hmm.
and there's always this one chick that has this one big ass dog that, fortunately, has never seemed like it would pop off.
Hmm.
But if it did, she would stand no chance in holding it back.
Dude.
I've
Hmm.
wanted, I've wanted this like I don't know if you've seen these knives that kind of like twist and like form this spiral shape.
Yeah. They're actually
I,
illegal in some places.
I heard, and it's like, bro, having one of those on at all times when you're like in an area surrounded by dogs, bro, you have one of those with you and you carve into a motherfucker, that dog is gonna stop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck that shit, man. I think about that kind of stuff too, man. I always think about like remember like old Call of Duty. I think it was like maybe Modern Warfare 2 OG or like COD 4. But when the dogs would attack and you'd have to like grab them by the mouth and then fucking just like snap their shit.
Black Ops 1.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Actually, that's exactly what that is. Yeah. There's that, dude. I was walking around once when I lived on the other side of town and shit, and this guy's dog fucking attacked me. I was already like pretty stoned. So I'm chilling, just like vibing hardcore. Next thing you know, this like dog comes from behind, like bites my leg, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I turn around, I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? And guy's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, man. She like broke off of the leash. And then like he's showing me this like bitch ass leash that's just like broken. It's just like, that's cool, man. You should probably have a stronger leash, because there's no way that this is the first time your dog's like done this or tried to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, y'all.
Or fucking animal training, bro. Like, you don't. It's crazy is that you don't even have to do all that for a dog to know you don't do that shit, bro. Even just like, because dogs are not stupid.
No, they're super like
And
intuitive.
you can get away with telling them like, bro, you don't do that shit repeatedly, and at some point they go and get the message.
Oh yeah.
But that's if you do it from Jump Street. If you wait until the motherfucker is already old enough to not want to know what the fuck, like to learn anything new, then you're fucked.
Hell yeah. Fucking teaching them early is always better than like reversing what they've learned. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, I mean shit. That's how. That's why like wild animals and shit always have to be put down once they start fucking around with people. Cause it's one of those things where it's like, dude, I've been doing this for so long that it's just like that's what I guess that's what is done. Versus in the beginning where it's like, oh, dude, perfect example. I was just kicking it with some friends yesterday, and my homie, she has a dog, and she's still a puppy, and you could tell that this dog wanted to like jump up and lick me all in my face and shit, but something was holding her back, and then my homie, she's just like, yeah, I've been like training her not to like get into people's faces, and it's like, dude, I can see that because this dog really wanted to like get in my face, but it also had this thing of just like, no, I can't do that, I can't, no, I can't.
Right?
That's what training goes, bro.
Like that's not in the rules, bro. We don't do that.
We don't do that around here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit. It's also one of those. It's interesting when it comes to like seeing the kind of people that do that kind of shit, because they'll also be the kinds of people that have kids that don't listen for shit because they're like the kinds of motherfuckers that are just like, oh, it's just kids being kids, or oh, yeah, he's harmless, shit like that,
He's harmless up until the motherfucker starts shooting up a school.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, bro. Best example of this shit. Have you heard of, I don't know his name, which I really should, but have you heard the story of that like one streamer who would go around pranking people, and he pranked this one dude in a mall, and the dude turned around and like shot him in the gut like twice?
Yeah, I heard about that. It was in some other country, right? Was it, or was it like in some far off state that you would think is another country? I don't remember. It was one of them too. But I heard about that shit. The motherfucker got too carried away and he got clipped.
Hell yeah. He didn't die though.
No, he didn't, but he's lucky.
Fucking dude, I would say he's unlucky, bro. So he fucks with this guy. The guy is just like, yo, like, can you leave me alone? LOL. And next thing you know, he's just like not leaving him alone. Dude turns around, popped his ass, pop, pop. So the craziest part isn't that this kid got fucking shot in the gut in a mall. That's what happens. If we know anything about Lil Baby, this nigga was shooting motherfuckers in Walmarts. You know what I'm saying? The craziest part is, after what happened, they ended up having an interview with the kid and his mom, dude, right? By the way, just want to go ahead and put this out there. I didn't see the kid's dad anywhere, so that tells you a lot. But
It really does.
It's an interview with the kid and his mom, and the kid's like in the background, like behind his mom, just being a little fucking kid, quote unquote. This motherfucker's like anywhere between, like, at this time, I think he was like 20, between like 17 and 20. He wasn't like a kid, you know what I'm saying? And he's like,
a grown ass man, bro. Fuck that.
He paying taxes at this point, shit. But this nigga's just like being a little goofball in the back, like he didn't just get shot twice in the gut, and his mom didn't give a fuck, bro. His mom's just like, yeah, fucking, I'm happy that he nothing too crazy happened, but that's just what happens. He's still gonna do what he's gonna do. He's still gonna make content and such, and he does still be pranking people. And it was crazy to watch like a parent, you know what I'm saying, go through a situation where their fucking kid almost died, and because of being a little asshole, and the parent is just like, it happens. At least he didn't die. He was just having fun. It's like, dude, you're the reason why your kid's gonna get shot again.
Exactly, bro. And at that point, it's one of those things where, because his story is already known, and he didn't learn his lesson, you never know if the motherfucker is going to come out and make it a point to kill him.
Ooh, that'd be crazy.
Because it's like, bro, you telling me that story. If I was me 5 years ago and I ran into that motherfucker and he did me like that, I would make it a point to kill him.
5, right there.
Because it's like, bro, you didn't learn your lesson. The last time you fucked around and found out, it was basically self-defense when he clipped your ass. And strike two, you're gonna die. There is no way you're gonna make it home because you didn't learn your fucking lesson. Your mom can sit there and mourn you on the news all you want, and that'll be that.
What's
People like that gotta go, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
niggas that don't like learn their lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally, because it's like, bro, you've been given a second chance to look at life through a different lens. Now that this shit has happened to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you repeat the same shit that got you there, now you just don't want to be here, bro.
Honestly, facts. I feel like that's the vibe for all kinds of things, bro. Like I think that's what separates someone who I think that's what separates like good people from bad people. Crazy, like pretty broad of a statement, but I feel like it's a pretty accurate one as well. Cause like I feel like if you're doing some shit, and not only just like pranking people and like things like that, just things in general. Cause we all know, hey, listen, when you're a teenager, when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, you're doing some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on some
This,
ridiculous stuff. Um,
I can attest.
Same. um,
I was out here threatening to murder 7-Eleven workers, not knowing that even doing that could have put me behind bars 5, 10 years.
True. Yeah. Just dropping a threat and shit. Cause I mean, shit, that's assault. At that point,
Because with how I said it, bro,
dude.
it would not have been unjustified for her to be like, bro, I am scared this nigga's actually gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because I looked her dead in the eyes and I told her I would come back and take your life.
It's fucking crazy.
Like, bro, like the hindsight you get from growing out of that shit and then looking back, it's just like, damn, bro, I was a fucking idiot for doing that shit.
Dude,
do I regret what happened? No, but it's just like, bro, had that happened, I would be in there looking like a dumbass.
oh yeah, and it's interesting too, the whole regret thing, right? Because like there are some things where I feel like have an air about them where if you were to tell people about it, they'd be like, oh man, that's like regretful. But then it's like in some situations where whatever the thing is, but even if it's like on some even if it's some like fucked up shit or some like negative shit, if you end up taking that instance or that situation and then using that situation to then like realize, but like, yo, I was on some wild shit, and then like you use it to like basically as like reminder of like, yo, we need to get here because we can't be there anymore because there is not where it is. You know what I'm saying? Over here is where it's at. So let's go here. At that point, it's just like maybe regretting like certain things about it, but regretting the situation and the act itself is like one of those things where it's like, if I didn't do that, then it wouldn't have opened my eyes to how I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then it's just like when you look back at that shit, bro, it's just like you can, if you've learned from it, you can be like, well, I went from that to this.
Exactly. That's the best
Like,
part. Dude, there are hella times where, fucking sometimes the inner dialogue is just not as swell as you'd want it to be, you know what I'm saying? But recently I've been getting really good at when those lines and that inner dialogue of just like, dude, you're fucking up, you're this, you're that, it's this, it's that, come up. It's getting easier, and it's gotten easier to be like, nah, because now I'm doing this. I got this going on, so you can see I've obviously like. Before it was just like, dude, I don't think we're going anywhere, and now it's just like, no, I'm definitely a different like person today as I was from fucking 3 years, 5 years, 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And even seeing little things of not even big things of just like, yeah, I got this job now, I live here. No, man, now even something as small as like I don't even think like that anymore, or I don't even have like certain habits and shit from like back then. Those little things are enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm going in the right direction. We got it going.
That on top of just surrounding yourself with people who are willing to be like, you know what, man, it's gonna get better, bro. Because look at the situation now versus what it was then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, because it's people out here, bro, who will only see the negatives happening to them right now, as opposed to all the shit that has been overcome to get to the present.
Facts. And hey, it's I would say that it's always easier to see the negatives too, because they're so glaring. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts. And it's just like, bro, you let yourself be blinded by all that negative glare, bro. You're not going to see the positive little shimmers that come from all that shit.
truth, facts, bro.
And sometimes, bro, remembering those little positive things is enough to be like, you know what, bro, we not going to stay in this negative rut right here, bro. We going to keep it the fuck moving. It sucks like shit right now, but it's not going to stay like that.
Exactly. And you know, it's cool because you know that it's not going to stay like that because you remember. It's like, dude, I remember back. It sucks right now, but I remember back when it sucked even worse than it does now, and I got through that. So this is, and once you like change that, dude, I've heard a lot of like I guess you can call it hippie talk, but the whole conversation of changing perspective is actually pretty legit. Cause going from like, damn, dude, this shit sucks, to going like, well, yeah, it sucks, but I've been in sucky situations before, man, and we did that, and this ain't as bad as that, so that means this doesn't suck that bad. Then it goes from your mind goes from like, damn, how the fuck am I gonna, to, oh yeah, we can do that. This ain't nothing.
And like, and it's crazy the amount of people who can't do that.
Dude, but
Or I
actually,
wouldn't say can't do that, but refuse to do that.
I'd see them both. I could see. I'd say refusing to do that is worse because if you can't do that, then that simply means that maybe you haven't like you just haven't come to the realization of your own strength, and or maybe you're like surround like you said earlier, like you're not around people that because sometimes, dude, it just takes someone else to just be like, nah, dude, remember this, and then you did that, so like for you to be like, oh shit, that's right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but if you're around people that are also just like, yeah, everything sucks, bro, it's so bad, and we'll never be able to, then that shit fuels that fire. Or even worse, you're around someone that's like, people can't change. Fucking once this way, always this way. It's just like, dude, that kind of shit is. If you're going through some shit where you're trying to change, and then you have someone in your ear talking about people can't change. If you're this way, you're always gonna be that way. It's real hard to get out of that fucking rut, man. You know.
Man, what? I was in that until fucking recently, bro. And then, bro, ever since I detached myself from all that shit, bro, I am chilling.
Trying to tell you. Trying to tell
Like,
you.
I remember talking about this accident that I had got into with the person that I was cool with at one point.
Mm.
Permanent damage, bro. Muscle spasms that the doc said could drop me at any moment if they were bad enough. Had to keep getting these, still have to keep getting these little injections to keep that muscle from, moving around too much.
Mm.
And the biggest thing dude said was, there's an ache that's going to come from just stress. And the motherfucker wasn't lying, right? I
Hmm.
detached myself from these things and no aches ever since.
Hey, let's go.
Like, I am big fucking chilling. There's no spasm. Come to find out, instead of every 3 months having to get this shot, now I'm chilling for 7.
Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Hey, I need some kind of like a reaction board here so I can get a round of applause, bro. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. But fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. Changing small things like that, changing the environment, changing like what you're doing, who you're hanging with, man, what you're consuming. You know what I'm saying? Not just food, but like in general. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're letting into your universe. You know what I'm saying, dude? That shit changes a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit.
It really fucking does. Like, once you realize that, and it's crazy because the littlest things can set off that domino type of reaction to where now shit's just gonna snowball into getting way better.
Oh yeah, dude, bro. I um I feel that hardcore. I'm really big on like finding, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people put a lot of weight on motivation when it comes to like doing certain things and like getting to like the next level and really like pushing the mission of success, whatever success looks like for that person. And I feel like people put too much attention on the motivation part, and motivation is pretty good, but it's like it's merely the key that starts the engine, because it's not always, you're not always going to be motivated. There are going to be some days where it's fucking, you know, it's cloudy and rainy outside, it's cold, you're fucking hungry, you know what I'm saying, you're tired, fucking anything, literally anything comes on, and it's like, I'm not really motivated to do this, that, and the third. So I really fuck with the idea of when you're in that motivated state, to ride that wave as like hard as you can, so that by the time the motivation fades away, you're already like mid stride, you know what I'm saying? So it's no longer a thing of just like, all right, I'm motivated, I'm gonna get out of bed. No, it's no thought to it. It's just like you wake up and then you're like, well, let's just keep this going, you know what I'm saying? Hey, huge snowball effect, bro. Even something as small as like, if you're going through it and you like take a shower, and then like it's not like the entire day has like gone a 360 or a 180, you know, it's yeah, I was at like a level 10 disgruntled, and then I did something as simple as I took a shower, I cleaned my cleaning does a lot of shit, clean my room, clean my fucking like my workspace, my desk, my kitchen, whatever the fuck. And now where I was at level 10 disgruntled, level 10 like I'm not having a good day, now I'm at like level 6 I'm not having a good day, you know? But that's a
And being
huge
at
jump.
level 6
Huh?
is way better than being at level 10.
Exactly, bro. And then,
And then
what's up?
knowing from 10 to 6, it's like, bro, if I can get from 10 to 6, let me get from fucking 6 to 2.
Exactly, dude. You start thinking of more shit like, oh shit, all right, let's see here. Dude, small things pop up. You're like, all right, well, I just did all this shit. Let's look at the time. Oh shit, it's barely noon. Wow, I just did all that work like before noon. That's pretty cool. Let's go on a walk. Oh shit, 6 to 4, right? You come back. You know, I kind of want to fucking work out, bro. Eat some food, work out a bit. Oh shit, 4 to 2. There we at. About 6 hours ago, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Fuck this, fuck that. I ain't into that shit, man. That guy's a fucking loser. Now you're sitting there just like, hey, man, how you doing? I'm doing great. How's your day going? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then you wake up the next day like, bro, I started off having a shitty fucking day and I ended up having a great fucking day. You know what? I'm still feeling all right. We're gonna go ahead and start the day off at level 4, and then we're gonna end it off at 0.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Dude, and you know what it is, too? That kind of stuff. So this is where we go back to the people that refuse to look at things in a better perspective, right? So there are times where you'll find yourself where, for whatever reason, you just can't get past level 6. You can't get past level 6. You can't get past level 7. Um, and you'll almost like want to stay in the funk. I know this for me anyway. I speak from experience, man. Like when you spend many years, most of your life in the funk, it's so familiar, you know. And even though it's like it's the funk, it's not fun. It's not a good place to be. It's so familiar. It's almost comforting. You're used to it. You know what to expect. You know, like, all right, well, I've felt like this for X amount of years, so I know how to, you know, I know how to feel like this. If that makes any sense. Versus like
Yeah.
sometimes you don't know how to feel good, you know, so you do feel good, and now you're almost feeling anxious because you're like, damn, dude, like, should I be feeling this good right now? Like, do I deserve to feel this good, you know? And it's like those kinds of thoughts will keep you from thinking, oh, well, let's see, I feel like shit right now. Oh man, I don't know how I could ever get out of this like funk right now. But then it's just like, no, 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 no. I know that if I do this and if I do that, then it's going to improve my mood, right? And something as simple as that, like that strength to be like, nah, I know if I clean my shit, I know if I go on a walk, I know if I go to the gym, I'm gonna feel better. Like 10 times out of 10, every time I've done it, I felt better. Versus just like, no, I'm just gonna indulge in the darkness. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro. To me, especially when I look back now, bro, it's like, bro, like, why do that to yourself?
Mm.
It's like, bro, like you want to revel in feeling bad. I get it because I used to do it myself. But then it's just like the older you get, the more it's just like, damn, bro, you spend all that time choosing to feel bad when you could take steps to like feeling better.
Facts. I don't know. It's that I feel like the getting older part helps out a lot though, because I mean, like I said,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, think about like your timeline in the sense of like before you were like a teenager, right? So before high school, you know, before like middle school even, you're around, but like you're kind of just floating. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of just like a fucking leaf in the wind. You know, you're so young. You're not paying attention that much to like what things make you feel like that or make you feel like this. You're just kind of like going along, and then you fuck around and you start to like you. Unfortunately, you do end up having like years, legit years from like shit, what 13 to like 17, bro. Like 4 fucking years, 4 or 5 years of just like feeling a certain way. And again, man, I think it's the weird use of the word comfort, but I think it's the familiarity and the comfort where it's just like, you know, you almost indulge in that shit. There are times where I have slight little hints of like how I used to feel and shit, especially when like fall comes around and you're fucking walking around and it smells a certain way and you get a little stoned and you listen to fucking emo music from back in the day and shit. And you're just like, yo, I remember this feeling. And it's not a good feeling, but your brain almost is like tricked into thinking that it's good because it's so familiar. Um, but after a while, dude, yeah, you're definitely just like, nah, I don't have to. I don't have to feel like that. Like, yeah, you know, sitting. Man, how would I even say it? Fucking sitting in my bed is comfortable, yeah, but you know, it's fucking my back up. It's fucking. It's really hot. I'm sweating. So it's like, yeah, it's familiar. I'm used. Oh, perfect example actually. Abusive relationships, same vibe. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I know I should probably leave this person because it's not good for anyone. But I've been with them for like fucking 7 years. I've been with them for 10 years and shit. And like, you know, yeah, they fucking beat my ass and talk shit to me all the time. But like, I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what you're used to ends up unfortunately being more uh, desirable almost than
Type shit.
a better situation. Because I mean, hey, change is scary to everybody. Everyone would rather do things that they're used to. You know what I'm saying?
Just a whole conundrum, bro.
I am starving. Oh, you know what, dude? Let me tell you. This is the third episode, right? Um, I'll tell you why I think we might be onto something here, bro. The first topic segued into the next, right? Shout out to Daisy again. R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero. Um,
That.
and I
Buffalo
think,
movie.
huh?
R.I.P. Ozzy.
R.I.P. Ozzy. You know, good riddance, Hulk Hogan. Fucking. Um, but the topic we were just talking about, I feel like goes into. I got a little thing here. New chapters, bro. So recently, I have come to this realization that I don't really remember a lot slash think a lot about like pre May 2025. Like before my job closed and before I had to like I moved back when I was living where I was living like with the roommates and shit and I was working at the at Old Elk and shit. A lot of those things, dude, don't even come into my mind anymore because I feel like I'm at like a part now where we might be starting maybe even a new book. You know what I'm saying? And right now we're at a bit of a the epilogue. You know, we're at the beginning, the preface of it, because I'm not knee deep in the story yet, but I can see the formulation of it, and it really makes me think about. And I just yesterday I was hanging out with a friend who they're moving from out of like Colorado at the end of the month, And it's a chick. Her name's Cassie. She's cool people's. She do be crying a lot though. She's a tear jerker. Let me tell you. And she was on about how she's about to start this new chapter of her life, and she's leaving pretty much everything she's known in her adult life living in Colorado. Um, and so it makes me think about how cool it is to be able to sit back and see like the definite, like, that is a chapter, that's a chapter, and now this is the new chapter. And I like, call me a I don't even know what you call a person like this, but I like future speak, bro. I like to think about the future, talk about ideas and plans for the time to be, to come. What are your thoughts on maybe a new chapter for you, or maybe you're in the middle of a new chapter? What's your book looking like, man?
The whole promo thing coming in October, bro, for work.
Oh, hell yeah. Right, right.
From I'm gonna go from making 31 to goddamn 48 an
Oh
hour, which
shit.
is fucking insane. And it's just like, bruh, it's like the way they worded it is, oh yeah, you always going so hard at work. And to me, I'm just like, bro, it doesn't feel like I'm just going so hard. It feels like I'm coming in, doing my work, and getting the fuck out of here. But if you want to go ahead and think it that way, sure.
Mm.
I'm just like, hey, look. And then what's crazy is I keep kind of sliding back to the whole not being around certain people no more, but it dominoes into that shit, bro. Like I'm saving mad amounts of money.
Nice.
um, like um, this last check, I paid off the rest of like what I got coming this month, so I'm chilling at like a good extra 700 right now.
Nice.
And then next week, I got another check coming in. There's nothing that I need to put that to, so that's
Dude,
that.
that's a great
So now
feeling.
So now I'm chilling. Like there is like for the longest time, I didn't have too much disposable income.
Mm.
Where now I'm just like, okay, let me go ahead and just chill. Like there is a certain like I will look at my account and be like, damn, am I forgetting to pay something? Because it's like I wasn't too like used to seeing that much in there.
I felt
When now I'm looking at it, I'm just like, it's not that I'm not that something's not paid. It's just that now that I am not constantly worrying about paying for somebody else when I'm doing shit, I'm seeing the returns on that.
mm, mm.
Because every time I would hang out with people, I would, let's say, it would turn into I'm spending 150, 200, 250 every time I'm out.
Holy shit.
Every time I would go out to eat, it's $200. When I go to a concert, I'm not paying just for me. I'm paying for two. Now I'm paying just for me. I don't have a whole nother, I don't have dead weight basically.
Mm.
So now in that sense, I'm chilling on top of the fact that now I wake up in the morning, I don't worry about anybody else but me. Beforehand, I wake up, I'm like, damn, are these people good? How are they doing? Do they need something? Now that I detach myself from that, it's let me look to what I need, what I want for the first time in fucking 13 years.
Mm.
So now instead of having to pay mine to somebody else, now it's just like, well, what are my plans? And I got to thinking because I have a few IT certifications already. Now with this disposable income that I have right now, on top of what's coming in October, do I want to go back and get the last one?
Mm.
And then it's like now I'm going from do I want to do that to why the fuck not? So it's
Fuck
just like,
yeah.
well, I'm getting that bump in October, but it's only a matter of time before me being who I am, I want to try something new. And with having that last IT cert, it's just like, well, now I have an option to where if I want to leave soon from where I'm at and go somewhere else, now I have a certification that'll give me the I would say, the validation to these motherfuckers that are hiring, like, yo, this motherfucker can do this work. Let me go ahead, pivot from mental health and substance use to IT if I want.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, well, now all I have to do is see where I'm going later on this year. And if I want to stay there, cool. But now that I have an option to do something else, it's just like, well, now there's a little freedom there. Now I can open my wings up a little more, look out there, and see all of the options that are presenting themselves. Because it feels like every time I wake up, there's a new little fucking ping ready to be pressed, and I'm just like, well, let me see what happens if I press this.
Hell yeah. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and say, hey, good on you, mate. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear these things, my man's. You know, anytime where you get yourself into a situation where you're thinking more about like what you're needing and what you're wanting and shit, and actually like formulating plans to go after it. Fuck yeah, dude. Um, when you say I be forgetting shit, bro. So I'm like writing things down as you're talking, bro. When you say you're going hard at work and everyone, but it feels like regular to you, dude. I feel that shit hardcore, bro. Um, and it's really interesting because I remember how you would talk about how sometimes people at your job be hating on you and shit. I think that it's a mixture of you're just like your work ethic is just so like you're so used to just getting in and getting it done that yeah, like to you, you're just like, bro, I just be clocking in, getting it going, and then I clock out. I don't know what you mean by going so hard at work. But then, if you put that compared to other people that are just like, yeah, I'll get to it. Oh, yeah, I kind of do my thing. Like, I can probably see the higher ups being like, hold up, he did how much? That's insane. No, no, no. Get this guy up here. We need to, you know what I'm saying? We need to nourish this seed because this is a good worker right here, bro. I get that shit hardcore. Um, and you know what? I think it's cool that you're so locked in that murdering the game isn't even murdering the game to you. It's just a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, bro. Like I'm just in here, like, bro. Like I feel like because at one point, like I went from working like jobs like Metro and shit,
Mm.
where you had to just it was you're gonna get it done or you're gone. So going hard was the norm until I get to where I'm at now. I'm just like, oh, let me just go ahead and do this. Boom, 8 hours go by, it's done. And then I look over to what my other coworkers are doing, and they're just like, well, I'm still on this. I'm like, bro, how are you still on that? We got 8 hours in this bitch to knock everything out, and you've done an hour's worth of work? What are you doing?
Trying to tell you, trying to tell you, bro. That's just it's like that in the restaurant game, dude. I've I can't tell you how many times I've come into like the job at my old job anyway. Nowadays, like I work with people that actually get their shit done. But yeah, dude, same vibe. Back then, it'd be like, all right, so and so's been here for 5 hours. I'm coming in at 3 p.m. I'm like, all right, well, motherfucker's been here for 5 hours. In my mind, because I know how I do things, I'm like, surely there's a shit ton of things done. Hey man, I only got these things done. How? What have you been doing for 5 hours, bro? That takes 45 minutes to do. What do you mean you've
I'm
only done that?
scared. It blows my mind sometimes that people can show up, act the way they do, but then not put in the effort that gives them the right to be that way.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
Entitlement.
that it doesn't even go just for work. It goes for just life in general. Like I have gotten to the point where it's like, bro, I do not give a fuck. I am not afraid of the work that it's going to take to put in to get to where I want to be. And then there are people with that just stand around and just like, bro, I've done this so many times. I've failed so many times. I'm gonna quit. I'm like, bro, go ahead. That's cool. I will fail a million more times than you and still not quit until I get that one W that I need to just take the fuck off.
Bro,
Because people forget all it takes is that one W to set you up, bro. Like you can have one W and a million losses. Those million losses don't mean shit once you win once, bro.
boom. Hey, like we were saying earlier, the fucking snowball. The,
Yep.
the snowball
And
of winning.
the fact that, and it blows my mind because I guess it's because I'm at a point now where it's so crazy to me that people don't see it that way, and then it just goes back to just like a lot of times people don't want to see it that way
Mm.
because then it people don't like to realize that they're the ones keeping themselves back. People are afraid to take that look at themselves and be like, man, I'm the problem.
Accountability. It's way easier to be the victim. You know,
It really fucking is, bro.
the victim never has to change. The victim never has to be held accountable or hold themselves accountable. The victim always gets help. The victim always gets a pat on the back. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But being the one that's just like, nah, I got myself here. Let me go ahead and get myself out. Or being the one that's just like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? You know, um, fucking dude. I remember when I was talking to my homie and she's just like, yeah, like I've I haven't had less than $8,000 in my account for years. And that shit had me like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, dude, since I was like 18, I've been grinding, bro. 2 jobs when I was 18. Like she moved out of her people's house when she was when she was like 17, 18ish. And so I guess that had her just like, well, I'm not going back home, so I got to fucking like get it. And that just led to her fucking like grinding it out and stacking up her dough. Meanwhile, I'm like, that shit had me at the end of it. It would have been so easy to look at that conversation and go, oh well, she had this or she had that or she did that, and just instead of looking internally, just looking outside, like, oh well, writing it off as, good for her, lucky her, she had this, she had that, I don't have this, I don't have that, so I could never do some shit like that. Or I could look at it the way I did, which is just like, dude, what have I been doing since I was 18? Because if I was in her shoes, that's something to be like, to tell my mom about, like, yo, moms, guess what? I got, you know what I'm saying? Something to like, not necessarily brag about, but something to like pat yourself on the back about, where it's just like, dude, holy shit. I sent one day you just hang out and you realize you're now in your 30s and you're like, dude, I got like fucking money stacked up in the bank, a decent amount of a safety net for if shit goes south, and it's all from my own hands. You know what I'm saying? Um, and having I don't know. So in the sense of like that accountability and that like vibe of just like, dude, I got to get on my shit, because what the fuck have I been doing? I've just been fucking floating around with my dick in my hands for the last 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Um, fucking I also feel like that's in terms of like life and shit, for whatever reason, man. Yeah, I feel like people like have that entitlement where it's just like, I should have this, that, and the third, but I haven't done anything to get it. Fucking Black Smurf has a line. I fucking reference this guy all the time because anyone listening, I feel like if you haven't heard of Black Smurf, you should listen to him, bro. He's a classic Memphis rapper and shit, but he talks about the realest shit. He's like the big brother or big cousin that like everyone needs, but have never, like, maybe doesn't have. Cause he'll sit there, he'll be like, his music is pretty much a sprinkling of flexing, and it's a lot of like, yo, you got to get on your shit, you got to grind it out. If you want this, that, and the third, you got to do this, that, and the third. But if you're not gonna do that, then fuck it. I guess you suck. You know what I'm saying? It's very much so like, yo, grind it out, get where you need to get, where you want to get, or die. It's you know what I'm saying?
Literally, like at some point, you got to start thinking about it that way because it's only you can only sit there and be okay with that for so long. Because it's like with my case, it's just like I'm at a point where it's just like, bro, you're gonna keep up or you're gonna get the fuck out the way.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And like people will sit there and people that I was attached to before will sit there and look at me like I'm crazy or I'm some type of entitled because I'm in a point where I can say, bro, you got to keep up or you're gonna get left behind, bro. And then it's just like, bro, I didn't. There's nothing that was handed to me, bro. I worked my ass off for this shit. Like there was somebody who got mad at me for having a fucking degree. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's insane.
Like, how do you just, bro? Let me tell you, because the 13 years that this encompassed, I dealt with a lot of shit. I was having a conversation with this person, and you know what's crazy is that I have this degree, right? I can say it. This gives me. I can say that having one is not the end all be all, bro. Because it's not going to guarantee you shit. Like I have a degree, but it's not in the field that I'm working in right now.
Mm.
The degree I had didn't give me shit, so I can sit there and I can say, bro, having this degree is not shit. You can go ahead and make it somewhere else and not have one. And then chick goes, bruh, you have a degree? What the fuck? I'm like, what does it matter? I'm sitting here telling you that it doesn't fucking matter if I have one or not. It's not going to get you all the way to where you're going to be. You're going to have to go ahead and figure some shit out yourself. Because a lot of times nowadays, the job market is so trash, you can't count on a piece of paper that basically gives you permission to go apply for somewhere.
Facts.
That is the point that I was making, but then she got hung up on the fact that she doesn't have one and I do, and she tried to make it this whole thing where it's just like, bro, you can't even say that to me. You have one. What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, it's because I have one that I can say this, and she got all bent out of shape about it. I'm like, bro, yeah, no, you're not mad at me that I have one. You're mad because you don't, and and you having one, even if you did, wouldn't make a single difference.
Exactly. It's
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 just like,
one of
bro,
those.
come on.
You're like, it's man. There are two avenues that you can take when you come across news like that, right? It's either you can either take it as like inspiration of like, oh shit, I cool, my man's got that. Fuck it, I'm gonna get it too then. Fuck it. Or even like you said, like yeah, man, having this doesn't like guarantee you things, bro. I work in the fucking restaurant industry, bro. The restaurant industry is literally full of people that are either going to school or have gone to school, has some kind of degree, and then for like 2 or 3 years are looking for a job with that degree. So it's like, bro, yeah, you got that, but like, yeah, like you're saying, man, it's not a guarantee at all. Especially when you factor in how like, motherfucker, you gotta have fucking 3 years of experience of doing this, that, and the third, and your degree. It's like, well, all the years of getting the degree got in the way of the experience. So there's that, and then
Yeah.
and how
And
things
it's just
change
like,
and shit. What's up?
I'm saying, bro, it's just like, bro, like it's a criminal justice degree. At some like I already told myself I would never dive into that field and try to get somewhere there because of the experience I had at Bethesda and that whole government structure and everything. You get an inside look at how garbage the people who do that are.
Mm.
So I'm just like, damn, okay, I spent my time at Bethesda in this government headquarters where FBI niggas, CIA niggas, DEA niggas were sitting in there and they're all garbage people.
Mm.
I refuse to work with people like that because I know myself well enough to be like, well, you're a piece of shit. I don't want to work with you. Fuck you. I'm out of here. To avoid that and just the stress that comes from having to interact with those people, I'm not with it. The process of getting said degree was a learning experience. Cool. I have that, but it's just like, well, now I want to do this.
Dude,
Having that degree doesn't also it also doesn't lock you into having to do something.
facts.
That's a lot of people forget that shit. It's just like, oh, you have a degree. That is an option, sure. But it's like, okay, if you don't want to use it, you have it, sure. But now look, I'm in a whole different field. Fucking mental health versus criminal justice. Like the mental health field is not going to look at my criminal justice degree and be like, yeah, get him in here. Like,
Exactly.
where do those correlate? They really don't. And that's the point that I was trying to make to what's her face. And she was stuck on the fact where it was, oh yeah, you have a degree and I don't. Okay, fuck you then. You don't have a degree. You're never gonna have one. Stop bitching.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not that kind of where does that kind of like thinking get you? Like it
It's the inferiority complex in Shorty is insane, bro.
dude, hey, like we said, easier to be the victim. You know what I'm saying?
It really fucking is, bro. Like, and you know what's crazy is the way, because man, the way that she came at me because I have certain things, it's just like, bro, you forget that I work for this stuff. At
Yeah.
one point, I was in her position and didn't have any of it. So you would think, okay, let me look at your path and see the similarities to my path, and let me see if I can move the same way to at least get to somewhere further than where I'm at now. Instead, no. She sat there and she wallowed in the fact that, oh, I have this and she doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
And you
what
know,
the fuck are you doing? If you have time to come at me like that, you have time to be putting together a plan to get ahead.
Facts. And there's always going to be time. Well, always going to be time, quote unquote, depending on how you think about it. But also, dude, I think that's a huge point that you made there, where it's just like, because it's especially back in high school, I could understand the idea of if you're like listening to someone who hasn't like had the same cards dealt as you talk about like this, that, and the third, then I can see it's a little easier to be like, oh, well, you know. But in that case, in y'all's case, it's very much so like extremely similar situations. Like, fucking the similarities that I even know being a bystander, it's like, dude, we all went to the same school. We all lived in the same place. Fucking, we've all got like similar situations in terms of like households and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Problems and not problems, you know? So, yes, that's the immediate thought that I would have. It's just like, dude, um, we're damn near one and the same. We're damn near, you know, two peas in the same pod type shit, you know. So there's no real reason as to why this pea got to where it got in your sense, and why that pea is where they are in their sense. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason other than the individual peas and how they think about it. Like, all right, well, we're doing this. And also, when you say like getting a degree doesn't like lock you in, I feel like a lot of people do feel like that. Like, damn, I just spent X amount of money, X amount of time, energy getting this thing, and if they find themselves not getting like a gig or something like that within that like realm of what they've studied for, then I can see that being a little discerning, you know, and maybe breaking them down a little bit. But again, perspective, right? How you thinking about things, dude. You just knocked out an entire degree, which means you can do that. That's a thing that is now under your belt. So, fuck it, bro. And when you bring up things like certificates, dude, I'm thinking about doing a certificate thing because the way that I approach like gathering information and like learning and shit, it's very I can do the school thing, but I'm just not gonna like it. I'd hate it because going from like, all right, this is step one, this is step two, this is step three. That shit's cool if you're like really interested in it, but if step 1 through 3 are boring as fuck, I don't know if I'd be able to make it to step 5. But I
Right.
know
Because you at that point,
exactly. So, but I know that I am the type of person. I've seen it like with how I learned how to play guitar and shit. When how I learned about music in general, I am like the type that's like I'll start on step 4. You know what I'm saying? I'll dive into step 4 cuz it's something that I'm a little more comfortable with, oddly enough. And then once it gets to the point where it's just like, "Oh shit, I should probably know step 1 and 2." That's when I start picking in the steps 1 and 2 and 3. But I've already gotten into step 4, so I'm already like kind of invested, you know. So at this point now, it's just like, it's not like, oh, let me start from the bottom. It's just like, you know, oh, I'm already on the second floor here. I'm just picking up things from here and there to make it so that when I get to the third floor, it's even easier. You know what I'm saying? There are many different ways to achieve these kinds of goals, bro. But yeah, no. Hey, hopefully they got something going on, man. You know, I've seen some things about this person that has me questioning like what they got going on in their brain piece. But hey, it's none of my business. I don't know what they got going on. You know, I remember the stories of so and so fucked around, stole a car, ruined the car. They're terrible people. Let's go to New Orleans with them now. That had me just like, how does that happen? What's the timeline of that?
man, it's like, bro, you know what's crazy is, bro? I sat there and I encouraged like just her to have a blast over there, right?
Hmm.
I didn't know she went with motherfucker till way later, and I'm just like, bro, have a good time, bro. Like, fuck that shit. Like, maybe being over there is what she needed to get the fuck away from the DMV for a bit and recharge. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
this bitch came back with an entire fucking attitude. I'm like, bro, all right, you know what? I'm Gucci, bro. Like, if
Crazy.
that's how you gonna, bro, if that's how you gonna come at me, I'm not even gonna hash what happened at the end there because there's no point. But it's just like, if that's how you're gonna keep coming at me, that's cool, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these 13 years and go ahead and ball them up, and boom, I'm Gucci. Like,
Hey.
there's just no way you'll come back from a trip that was supposed to recharge you and you come back even deader than before you left. Nah, I'm not doing that. Because at that point, bro, I deserve better than that shit, bro.
Oh
And
yeah.
like it got like I'm at the point where it's just like, bro, I do not deserve this shit because it felt like for the last 13 years I gave 90% and got 10% back. I
Mm.
will not go into my 30s with those people, with that person. It's just not happening. Like I have cut off family in ways that like a younger sister I had 5 years, still haven't spoken to her.
Mm.
She told the homie that she was terrified that I would do this to her one day. And I brought that up to her. I'm like, bro, you told the homie that you were terrified that this day would come, bro. Here it is. Go ahead and live your life however the fuck you want to live it, but just stay away from me.
Um, Poison. That's all.
Poison,
That's the
literally.
only thing that came to my mind. If because and unfortunately, how you've just described the coming back with an even worse attitude, that definitely goes into it. It attributes to how the how their mind works. You know, where it's just like, oh, dude, instead of holy shit, that's awesome, congratulations on your degree. You know what I'm saying? That's really inspiring to me. It's oh man, you got one and I don't, man. You can't talk. So now it's just like you said. I would think the exact same thing. I would think like, yeah, dude, you about to get out of fucking DC. Listen, man, the DMV, hey, fuck that. If you can, get the fuck up out of there. Just to like, even if you're not even like moving, just to like be able to, you know, see some new shit, get a breath of fresh air and shit like that. But like, if even going somewhere where you should be having no issues, you're detached from all of the things that are making you feel this way or feel that way because it's a vacation, bro. You're chilling. We out here in the know, you baby. We out here with the bullshits, man. You know, this is where Suicide Boys. This is where Lil Wayne is from, man. We chilling. And then you come
I'm
back.
saying, bro, like New Orleans, bro, the culture over there just the saturated of just different like things going on over there, bro. I would be over there just set on soaking as much of that as I can,
Mm,
so that way I come back and maybe I can use what I took over there and put it into play for something over here. Nope, the exact opposite. She went ahead and she projected all the bullshit she went with from DC, unleashed it over there, I guess, came back feeling even worse and thought that I was going to be the dump for that shit. No way.
wild. Wild. It's things like that too, because unfortunately, I feel like that's just going to be a reoccurring theme for them too, until they finally realize, like, oh shit, it's actually like on me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, because maybe I don't know, maybe it was on some shit where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go here and it's gonna feel great. It's like, dude, you can go somewhere and like, but if you're not willing to, you know what I'm saying, it's got to start in your head first, bro. If you're not willing to be like, I'm cutting that shit and I'm gonna be like fully immersed, bro. Fuck that. If I'm going to like a different state for like a little bit of a time for like a or a different place in general, for like a vacation, dude. One of the biggest things that I like is the full immersion, bro. I'm not this person from DC that's here on vacation. Nah, I'm in the community, bro. I'm not doing the touristy shit. I'm going to where everyone that lives here goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to be one of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Especially a place like that too, like the southern hospitality and shit like that, the niceness, talking to everybody, being real like neighborly and shit. That shit don't exist in the DMV, bro. Everybody in the DMV got some shit to do, somewhere to go. I ain't trying to talk. I got something to do. I got somewhere to go, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. So please don't talk to me. That's the DMV. Versus like
Yep.
out here, like where I live, you know, people are like super fucking nice, dude. People straight up hit you with the hey, how's your day going, and actually mean it. Like I've struck up conversations with people just off of some like, oh hey man, you know, this is a cool bar. Have you been here before? I'm like, oh, I actually work here. And then for 20 minutes, we're talking about the most random bullshit. I don't even know this guy's name. I will never see him again. It's, but it's like there's something
But that
so pure
conversation
about
was
it.
happening.
Exactly. Uh,
It's like, bro. So to me, it's just like, bro, like you did not go over there to have fun. You went over there to be pissed off. You came back to be even more pissed off. I'm just like, bro, get the fuck out of my face, bro.
yeah, yeah. We don't need, you know, uh, I don't know how the YouTube bot will feel about me name dropping this guy, but Alex Jones, free that man. He calls them psychic vampires, bro. Energy sappers, bro. It's just I feel like shit, and so I want. Hey, misery loves company. I feel like shit, and so I want everyone else to feel like shit because if I feel like shit and I see that you don't feel like shit, then that's going to make me feel even more like shit. Why are they in such a good mood? Why are they, so, successful? Why are they moving along? Well, dude, it's because instead of fucking indulging in the darkness, I decided to open up the window, you know? Crack the blinds open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Sometimes even that, bro, is enough to just start this cycle of, bro. Let me go ahead and keep the blinds open. Let me go ahead and keep that window up. Let me not close this for a little bit, because maybe just that little bit of light is what a motherfucker needs to go ahead and kickstart something crazy.
Exactly. Exactly. But them vampires, you know how they feel towards the light, man. It burns.
Hey, we just don't like that shit.
I don't like it. God damn.
It blows my fucking mind, bro. But it's like ever since that detachment happened, bro, chilling, bro. Like, what's crazy is that when it happened, I expected it to be some type of thing where I'm gonna be hurting for a minute. Nope.
Mm.
All I felt was it's crazy because people would say that when you love somebody so hard and something happens, it's not it's you replace it with a even deeper hatred.
Mm.
With me, it was, but it's not hate. It's an insane indifference.
I feel
Like
like that's
I could
better.
sit, like yeah, bro. Like I can walk down the street and see said person, and I feel a thing.
Yep. Because, shit, if you're going from such deep love to such deep hate, that's still like a large investment of emotional energy towards something that, for all intents and purposes, is probably not, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what led to this was the lack of reciprocation of that emotional energy. So now it's just like you're giving even more. That whole living rent free type shit. I think, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I think it's better to be like, oh no, how do you feel about it, man? Are you doing all right? But like, dude, actually, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing great. It's
yep.
you know what I'm saying. I that kind of, and I feel like that's a good showing of like how just like how that relationship was too, right? Because I feel like if you did end up going into the whole love thing or the hate thing, then it would just show that there was just I don't know, man. There's probably more layers to it, but going from like that to just like nah, bro, I'm off that. It it's almost like removing a leech. You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah,
That's
before
literally
yeah,
that's literally how I feel about that. Like when I think about the past and like when randomly I would a memory of that comes, I'm just like, oh yeah, the leech.
the leech. Yeah.
But now it's just like, bro, like I'm Gucci. Like the people that are around me are who I need to be around me. Like the positiveness that comes from people who are willing to see the good that can come from something is way better than just shackling myself to somebody who doesn't know how to see anything but the worst parts of a situation.
Mm.
Or
Oh yeah.
people who are that set on, oh, and this was one thing that kind of blew me too was Warp Tour coming around next year. I sent Chick the thing where she's like, okay, you know what, we can run it back since this year didn't go so good. Oh, I gave up on that dream, bro. I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm not even gonna respond to that. Hit up the homie Mindy, and she's like, all right, fuck it, run that shit. Didn't even know I was going to cop the tickets. She was just with it. I'm like, you know what, bro? This is exactly the type of energy I need around me. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Don't even trip about the tickets. I got them shits. Let's just fucking go. And she was like, all right, bet, fuck it.
Boom. Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. I gave up on that dream. What do you mean, bro?
Exact, bro. That type of energy, bro. I'm like, bro, please. And even before the whole thing with her running her mouth on like one of my posts and me being completely done with it, I'm like, bro, at that point, you literally just gave up on something like going to a concert because you didn't make it to this last one. I low key don't even want to be around you like that no more. Just off of that alone, like I am coming back from being in a dark ass place, and this is what you tell me? nah, buddy, go ahead and stay where you're at with that. I'm gonna go ahead and surround myself with people who are not afraid to go through something and not give up on a dream like that. 'Cause that's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, no. More of it, man. Woe is me. Woe is me is easier than fucking nah. Let's find something else. That's insane, bro. I can't even fathom that shit, bro. Because I'm definitely on some like, let me do some new shit all the time. Let me if I can't do if I can't do this on that day, then I'm gonna do that on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like something's happening. Because otherwise, what? You're just gonna be booty bothered? I don't. What are you doing at that point? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, like, come on, like, what the fuck you mean you gave up on that dream, like, bro? What? If you miss, bro, if you are willing to give up on a dream, that means that was never a dream to begin with.
We got some anime lines coming out now, boys.
Because it's like, bro, like, what? That literally blew my mind because I could like, if I have a dream, bro, I'm gonna go get that shit. I don't give a fuck how long it's gonna take me. I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, if I have had experiences in my life where I have seen myself in that position, then not only does that mean that my spirit wants that shit, it means that, bro, I have to go get that shit. If my body is telling me to that degree that I need to go out there and do that, then hey, it's not oh, let me go ahead and try to do it. It's oh, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking do that shit. I don't care how long it's gonna take to get there, but we gonna get there.
Hey, Yoda said it. Do or don't. There is no try. Um,
Exactly, bro.
fucking no, dude. I totally feel that shit. I've had, dude. I remember back in the day when I was a young lad. Some dreams that I've had. Right. I've always wanted to make music. I've always wanted to be in a band, perform in front of like all these people. Fucking. But they were quite grandiose things, right? And then I get older and I have tastes of these things, right? And then it turns into, oh well, now where I am at this current spot, it's not like a oh I never could join like a band and be this like I could never be as big as Avenged Sevenfold. I could never be as big of a rapper as Eminem. So I'm just not gonna entertain that shit anymore. What, bro? I feel like maturing is realizing that it doesn't have to. The painting that you paint doesn't have to be the exact one-to-one image that was once in your head, especially if you're like having this image since you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? Getting
Right?
to mold that image into something that's a little more like reasonable, a little more like actually doable, applicable, and things like that. To the point where now it's just like, yeah, no, I was in a band for a little bit. No, we didn't really put out any music. No, we didn't really like perform. We didn't get anywhere really, but I can still go to my SoundCloud and listen to my music that I've been putting out for years. And that's like, especially nowadays with people talking about like mental health and like your inner child and shit, healing your inner child. I see people, I know people that are just like, yeah, I'm doing this, that, and the third so that I can heal my inner child. I think about younger me all the time. And I am convinced that if you put younger me in the same room with me right now, younger me would be blown the fuck away, bro. It's like, holy shit. You mean to tell me you live on your own, you have hella guitars, you make your own music, you're a fucking chef, you have tattoos, you're friends with all these cool people, you're not in DC anymore, you're living in these like cool places. Dude, you're fucking awesome. And I'm like, dude,
Right?
I'm fucking awesome. Versus imagine if you put just having the mindset of just like, all right, if I were to be in a room with my younger self, would they think I was cool, or would they be like, yo, this motherfucker kind of lame, I ain't gonna lie? Would they be disappointed? Would they be like, who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And at the end of that's all. That I feel like that's one of the biggest things that I would attribute to this funny thing we call success. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, would you think that you're cool? As an adult? My answer is yeah.
Bro. Yeah, I'm saying, bro, like it's one of them things where it's just like, bro, we coming up a certain way, and then it's just like, damn, I want to do all this shit, and then you look at yourself now. It may not, the picture might not be the same, but there's enough similarities in that shit to where you can be like, you know what, I'm alright, bro.
Yeah. Damn, I kind of did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Like it's crazy, bro. Like, and then it's one of those things too, where it's like, oh, okay. Music wise, for example, let's say, okay, somebody's dream wants to be as big as Eminem. That's cool. You don't have to be as big as Eminem. What if at some point you get an opportunity to just share the stage with the motherfucker?
Look at that. That'd be fucking crazy. Could you could you
Like
imagine?
Jelly Roll had a bit of a story like that, where he said, as a kid, some shit about making it to Eminem's level. Well, look, recently this man had Eminem come out on one of his concerts,
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
and it's just like, bro, like there you fucking go, bro. Or a dream could be going to go see something. It's just like in my case, ever since I found Linkin Park, scrolling through YouTube one day, I told myself, yeah, I'm gonna go see them motherfuckers. Yeah, I went ahead and did that shit. It might the band was not the same, but I could still sit there and be like, yeah, I heard those songs live, bro.
Dude, actually, facts, huge facts. Damn, I never even thought about it until you brought it up. But kind of same. I remember scrolling on YouTube and shit and finding like Avenged Sevenfold and be like, I want to see these guys live. And I didn't see them like live in the sense of like a traditional show. But I remember when me and G went to the Valor concert back like years ago. Um, and they had like a shit ton of people playing. They had Metallica, fucking Rihanna, and Eminem, fucking all these people like this. Um, and I'm like, damn, dude, I actually saw Eminem. Technically, I saw Eminem live. I saw Suicide Boys live. I saw fucking Riff Raff live, dude. It's like, and not only that, I'm like, now I'm going to the point where it's just like, I'm just seeing bands. I'm seeing people live. Like I'll blind buy a fucking ticket just because the name sounds cool. Turns out these guys are pretty fucking sick, man. So yeah, I think being able to be flexible with your dreams as well is a huge thing. Because otherwise, you do run the risk of just like, oh man, I never got to do this, that, and the third exactly like that. So I guess it's a L. But then you're not seeing how like, oh, I've actually in some capacity I have actually done these things that I've wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Saying, bro, like the whole like finding music, like when I got that laptop from, because this whole thing started when I got this laptop from Howard. I went to their middle school. They done gave the boy too much power, and then the music that was found, and then it's like, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and see each and every one of these bands. Like Linkin Park, saw them. Breaking Benjamin, saw them. Fucking Bullet for My Valentine, saw them. I went to Warped Tour, always wanted to go. They went on a hiatus for 6 years. What happened? I went. Now Evanescence is up next. So whenever those motherfuckers come through, I'm gonna go. It's just
Nice.
like, bro, however long it's gonna take, we gonna get there. It might not be how I pictured it in my head, but it's gonna go down regardless. In some shape or form, it's gonna be a little bit similar, and we taking that. That's a W.
Boom. Eat it. We eating the
Fuck,
W's.
fuck half L, fuck all this. Nah, bro, that shit was had. That shit was had. We gonna take that, and we're gonna keep it the fuck moving.
Mm, mm. You know, I think I think we got some good roads ahead of us, man. You know,
Oh yeah.
I wish the other homies was in here, man. I feel like this was a solid potty. This one,
I'm
definitely
saying, but these niggas went out.
missed
G
out.
last time was like, my bad, Joel. I came in this motherfucker late. Now he done missed out on 2 solid hours of good conversation.
Great conference, dude. Great content too. And I feel like we're polishing this shit up with each fucking potty too, bro. Like the
I'm
very
saying,
first
bro,
one
like,
was was barely a podcast. The very first KoonTalks was pretty much just a session at that point. And then next one after that, all right, we had a little bit. We rushed through it, but we had a nice little idea of structure. The one we had before, fucking New Year's KoonTalks, hey, had fucking good structure. Didn't rush through it all, and now look at this. Look at this, dude. 2 hours
right?
of
You know what's
not
funny is
bad.
this was supposed to be a little quickie, and look what happened.
Yeah, I know, right?
Had a full blown episode, bro.
Fucking a. Well, hey, I you got anything else? I think I'm all tapped out of things to talk about here.
Yeah, yeah, I think I'm pretty good. Went ahead and talked about the irony of this episode and how Hulk Hogan would be turning in his grave if he done found out in a podcast called Coon Talks was talking about him.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Oh, I like it.
hey,
I need the actual footage of him just fucking moving around in his grave. I need it.
he was like, yeah, brother, this doesn't suit me.
This doesn't suit me, brother.
Like Ozzy passed, he was like, nah, brother, I think I can make a bigger impact if I died, and he went ahead and does it.
Yeah, I think I could make a bigger impact if I died. Holy shit! And then no.
Facts. Like, bro, you have motherfuckers clowning the dog shit out of you online because you were a piece of shit in life.
Immediately after too, like the day after you died, the memes are already out.
They are like 20 minutes, and here come the memes.
Oh shit! Goddamn. In any event, hey, uh, dude, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna. I might just drop this shit raw. Who knows? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good podcast in my mind. Fucking just straight raw. No fugazi. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder how big the file is on this 2 hour recording, bro.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
The one that I put when it's funny. I have still the one for Black Ops 6's launch. It was like an hour long, and that bitch was 50 gigabytes.
Holy shit! Damn.
So I'm thinking like this one might be probably a little more than 100.
Shit, probably actually. I should probably start looking. I really gotta clean my laptop, man. I've got like hella files that I don't use from like making music and shit because it saves almost every little thing from like the music production joint, like the DAW that I use. That hella memes that I don't use anymore, man. Fucking like, I just gotta go through and fucking wipe that shit out.
Hey man, get a little external hard drive, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna have to do that, man. I might just have to say fucking get a new laptop or like a computer, like a PC in general, because I've had this thing for like 5 years, 6 years.
Am I?
Mm. But hey, KoonTalks, woo, we out here.
Hey, episode 3, bro.
Episode 3, baby. I don't know when the next one will come through, but it's gonna be a banger. You know, hey, if you made it this far, hit that like. Go ahead and drop a subby. Hit us up on our Twitch, on our Kick. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what your kick is, bro. Tell them what your kick is.
Hey man, we out here, bro. Kick.com, crazy. Slash Austeriari, bro. Come through. We out here. We, drop the occasional slur. All in good spirits.
All in good fun, you know.
As long as we don't mean it, it's all good.
You know, we're no fans of Hogan over here.
Hey, we're really not. we don't condone any of that shit.
Any of that
This man got ousted by his own daughter.
Outed by the own daughter. It be your own seed.
Hey, it really do.
Shout out to her. What's her name? Brooke? Shout out to Brooke.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of this fucking recording, man.